Now we're gonna get into Life After Death, Biggie's second album that came out a week after he died. This album sold 10 million albums back then, and it's actually one of the biggest selling rap albums of all time. One of the very few albums that have actually gone diamond. That's a rare achievement in hip hop. But the singles of this one were obviously Hypnotize, probably Biggie's biggest song, Mo Money, Mo Problems, which wasn't my favorite type of song, to be honest, even though it was a big tune with Mace and stuff. And then it had Sky's the Limit that came out, which was a bit of a sad song, really. I never like listening to that one. It's a bit of a somber song, but I always liked that song because when it came out I was quite young, and in the video it's got two young people representing Biggie and Puffy, and the people around me back then were saying like I was the Puffy character, and I had a big friend that was a bit heavy and he was Biggie. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough about me. But in terms of the album, it was a lot more glossier, a lot more commercial sounding, but it still had a grimy aspect to it. Definitely had a lot of street lyrical content. Somebody Gotta Die, another song of Biggie showing his great storytelling. I really like that song just because of the story aspect. It was probably a much more thorough storytelling aspect than the first album, but still very good. Kicking the Door, which a lot of people didn't know was directed at Nas until Nas said it on his Godson album. I still don't quite know which lyrics were directed at Nas. There was nothing really obvious. But yeah, Kicking Door is a good song overall anyway. And then I'm surprised no one's actually used that for a single since then. But yeah, Last Day with the Locks. That was a good song. That's a street song. Not my favorite, but you know, it was a good lyrical song basically. For all of them are lyricists. I love the Dough that was featuring Jay-Z. The third verse was wild when they were going back and forth. But I think Jay-Z got Biggie on that quite convincingly actually. I think Biggie was good on that song, but Jay-Z really brought his A game on that one. What's Beef? Classic song. Very classic. Not my favorite song, but it's a classic song. I remember back in the early 2000s, everybody used that beat and that term based on this song. I don't think anyone really said What's Beef before Biggie. A lot of people said it after him. I got a story to tell, which is meant to be a true story of Biggie getting with some girl and her husband or partner coming back, and then Biggie had to pull out a gun he pulled a gun on him and as he vacated the premises. So I don't know if it was real, but apparently that's a real story. The Notorious Thugs, a lot of people love that song. Not my favorite personally because it's cool. I like the chorus, but I don't like Biggie rapping in that fast pace. Didn't really sound right to me. Another with Lil' Kim is actually one of my favorite songs. Very, very poppy, but I like the back and forth, the way they rap on that song. Going back to Cali, not the best song to put out 6 months after Tupac gets killed, but wicked song. Probably my favorite. Definitely, if not my favorite, it's probably my top 2 or 3 songs on the album, 100%. That with the 10 Crack Commandments, very, very creative song, that one. About what to do and what not to do as a drug dealer, which is kind of self-explanatory. And then My Downfall, oh my days, I forgot about that song. These last 3 songs are probably my favorite songs of the album. Back to Cali, 10 Crack Commandments, and then My Downfall. That was a good song. That had what's the name? DMC from Run DMC on the chorus. But yeah, this album very much slick album. Sold loads of albums. Most people say this is the better album, but I would say it's not.